Welcome back, guys, to Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Today we are on episode 29, The Lady in the Red Dress Part 2. I'm here with the number one co-host in the world, Giovanni Jimenez.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I appreciate your support. The podcast has grown really rapidly, and like always, I am very grateful for you guys. The likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes to our YouTube helps us out a lot. And please, guys, it will help us a lot if you share it to your social medias, if you leave us comments, okay? That's where the growth really happens. So for all the ones that are loyal followers, please give us likes and comments and share it to your social media so we can spread the word of Sharpen Your Sword. And guys, remember, Sharpen Your Sword is the idea of carrying two swords. Back in the day, the samurai carried two swords, okay? And they needed those swords to go to battle. And in today's time, thankfully, we live in a civilized world. And so we don't have to literally carry two swords around. Our two swords today that will carry us through life are our mind, that's one of my swords, and then the body. So the two swords that we have today that will carry us through life are our mindset, our mental, and our physical, okay? Physical conditioning. These are the two swords. And if you wake up every day, the idea behind sharpening your sword is you wake up every single day and you sharpen these swords. You want to carry sharp swords. So the sharper you can make your mindset, the better you will become. The sharper you can make your body, the better you'll become. And so wake up every single day and do something little that can sharpen you physically and sharpen you mentally. And this will help you be better for your family, for your community, and for your country. Okay? So sharpen your sword, guys. Do it every single day because you don't want to go to battle with a dull sword. All right, but we're going to go ahead and get after it today on episode 29, The Lady in the Red Dress. This is part 2. On part 1, it was episode 26. We talked about the lady in the red dress. And the lady in the red dress is a metaphor that we use, guys, for a symbol for negativity almost, okay? For distractions, for your vices. The lady in the red dress is your vice. What is your vice? What is your distraction? What is your temptations? What is that thing that's going to make you trip and fall, okay? What is that thing that's preventing you from achieving your goals, from achieving your dreams? That is the lady in the red dress, okay? It can be procrastination. It can be video games. It can be porn. It can be partying, it can be drugs, it can be alcohol, it can be not being responsible, not being an adult, not being a real man, okay? It can be being childish and not having responsibilities, not having morals, not having a character, not having a backbone. It can be a lot of different things, okay? But this is the thing that's preventing you from moving to the next thing, okay? And it's so many things, and you have to find what the lady in the red dress is for you, okay? And that's what we talked about last time, what the lady in the red dress is, and identifying what the lady in a dress is for you personally, okay? You have to sit down and evaluate yourself and see what the lady in the red dress is, okay? And that's what we talked about on the last episode of The Lady in the Red Dress, episode 26, okay? We also talked about the distractions and what does this do, the impact of these distractions, the impact of the lady in the red dress, all right? And so if you have not heard this yet or you have not watched it, go back to episode 26. You can find it on Spotify and YouTube. And please watch it. So many of our followers have made comments about the lady in the red dress, and they loved that episode because it resonated with them. All right? So let me know what you guys think about the lady in the red dress. And today, Giovanni and I are going to talk about strategies for beating the lady in the red dress and not to fall for the lady in the red dress. Are you guys ready? Because I am. You ready, Giovanni?
Let's do it, bro.
Again, guys, this is one of my favorite topics so far on the podcast because it took me a long time to really battle this lady in the red dress and to not fall for it. And the crazy thing, Gio, is I'll be honest with you. Ever since we've did the episode on the lady in the red dress, for some reason, I feel like I've been getting attacked by the lady in the red dress.
That's funny enough. It is true when the lady in the dress feels threatened. Like this dude's spreading the word about me. I'm gonna get him back. I believe that too. The lady, like I told you last week, I started slipping. You know, I have a morning routine, and I was skipping a step in my morning routine. So I believe some people say morning routines aren't important. I believe it is. And I started skipping a step in my morning routine. And that's when I realized, motherfucking lady in the red dress is trying to get me, you know? And but I'll say this, even since we did the episode, I've been recognizing her more and more and more in my everyday life. As you felt like that too?
Yeah, man, I feel that way, but also I've been keeping an eye. Like I said, like it sounds crazy, like we're talking about this metaphor, right? But I keep an eye on the lady on the red dress. Like I don't go necessarily out of my way, but I'm always looking for, hey, what's gonna be my downfall? What's gonna try to have my downfall today? What's going to prevent me from performing at 200% today? What's gonna prevent me from living the life that I want? These are things that I'm always thinking about. I'm very obsessed with the life that I want. Okay, it's not like it's a plan B. It's not like it's like just a wish that I'm waiting for it to come true. The life that I want to create, I think about this day and night. I think about it when I first wake up. I think about it throughout the day. I think about it when I'm going to bed. I think about it while I am sleeping. To that point, I dream of it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so because I'm so obsessed with that, and I learned what the lady in the red dress is, I look to see what that lady in the red dress is every single damn day. Sometimes I look for it to say, hey, I'm not going to let that prevent me today. Okay? Like for example, today I'm going to work out at a gym. I haven't been to a gym in so long. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Like a fitness gym?
A fitness gym. And the lady in the red dress is always in the fitness gym.
Is that right?
Okay? And so I haven't been to a gym in so long, and I stayed away for it from a long time, but I'm on a new regiment, and I need certain equipment. And so I've been pushing it off, but today I'm going to go do it. Mm-hmm. And so now it's going to be like, okay, am I going to let the lady in the red dress bother me, or I'm going to be super focused? Okay? And so because of that, I got to be I'm not looking for the lady in the red dress, but I got to be aware. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want those people to misunderstand. Like, oh, where's the lady in the red dress? I want to go to her. No.
Yeah.
I need to be aware. That's what we talked about, number one. What is the lady in the red dress for you? Okay? So because I'm super after my goals, I'm going to die trying to achieve them. Okay? Nothing's going to get in my way. I posted a video on this. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, and nothing's going to stop me from achieving what I want. Bottom line, period. This is how it's going to happen. You know? I will die trying until the last day. I will not lay on my deathbed and have a list of regrets and think to myself, I should have done this. I wish I had this. I wish I could have done that. No, I'm going to get to the deathbed knowing that I did everything possible. And so that's not going to be possible if you fall for the lady in the red dress. Okay? And ever since we did this damn episode, man, it's been like almost every day. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but the last 2 weeks is like, the lady in the red dress keeps appearing. Mm-hmm. And it feels like it's more than normal. And it's maybe because I'm hyper-focused on it after the episode and we talked about it, and so many people came up to me and talked about it. So many people messaged me and like, this is pretty interesting, the lady in the red dress. And I think because there's a lot of thinking on it, I'm even more aware of it.
Yeah.
You know? And so today we're going to talk about, guys, how to prevent this damn woman, the lady in the red dress. How to not fall for her. How not to, even if a banana peel is there, not to slip on a banana peel. This is what we're going to do today. Because if you fall for this woman, right? I'm not saying it's the end of your life, or I'm not saying it's the end of your goals or your dreams, right? But it's going to be very hard for you to achieve.
Yeah.
And if you don't stop it, you're going to keep falling for the lady in the red dress. You know? And so doing things to prevent you from falling for the lady in the red dress. The first thing, like the last episode, guys, is awareness. You have to be aware every single damn day, bottom line. Because the days that you're not aware, you get smacked in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And so you have to be aware every single day that the lady in the red dress can appear. And we have to prevent her from appearing.
100%. And that is the biggest part, is awareness. You know, it goes back to like let's say you think about like a red Mustang, right? You want a Mustang. You start seeing it in the streets. It starts appearing more than ever, right? Like you mentioned like a G-Wagon. And all of a sudden, like, I'm fudging G-Wagons appearing left and right. I'm like, dang, I didn't know there was this many in the town, right? Because your focus is locked in on this thing. And so if you can recognize it, you can start addressing it. So that is the biggest thing. You know, like I read this book, this other entrepreneur, it's the same thing, but he called it the force of averages. Mm-hmm. He said it was a force in this world that is meant to keep you average. And so the biggest thing about the lady in the red dress is her main purpose is to keep people being average, keep people from preventing your goals. I personally believe that the lady in the red dress is the number one factor why people do not achieve their goals or do not achieve things to the level that they wanted to. Maybe they do achieve things, but because the lady in the red dress keeps you distracted and it doesn't keep you focused on your goals. And I think that's the biggest thing. Lady in the dress takes your focus away from you. And so if you don't have your focus, focus is the biggest thing. If you don't have focus, then you can't really progress. And so the motherfucking lady, you gotta battle her every day. And that's the thing, you gotta battle her every day for the rest of your life. And you know what's crazy? This morning, I woke up and I saw this post on Instagram. It was like a lowrider, right? It was this couple they got married, right? And they were on top of a lowrider, right? I know they gotta be Mexican, but they took their wedding pictures in the lowrider, right? And I was thinking, and this thought came to my head. I was like, what if I never achieved that? And then I was like, what if I never achieved it? And then I thought, like, what if my son gets it for me? Right? Like, what if I'm an old man? Like you said, I was in my bed having regrets. And then now I thought, like, what if I never achieve my lowrider? And then maybe my son gets successful and he buys it for me. Like, girl, like I'll preach the love of my son. Hey, you want to give me this? But that made me so upset. I'm like, really? Like, fudging, like, kind of like out of pity, like people going to give, like, here's your dream because you couldn't do it. Now my son wouldn't do it like that.
Yeah.
He just wants to give it to me out of his love. Yeah. But that made me so upset, you know, to think like, man, I can't fudging achieve that. And I just got out of bed, you know. I said, bro, heck no. So, but the lady in red dress will keep you in your bed, not achieving your goals or distracted from achieving your goals. And the reality of it is you could be full of shit. You could be saying you really are working, but you're really not working, you know, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. That's 100% what you're saying, Gio. Is right on point, you know, and that's the thing with awareness, right? Like you have to be focused. So if you're focused, you're already eyes on the bullseye, right? And so you got to be focused. And we always talked about it. You have to have your purpose. You got to be focused with your goals. You got to be focused with what you want, right? On what you want to get. Because if you don't even have that, then you're gonna be lost. Like somebody told me yesterday, so many people talk to me and they're always bringing the same thing. It's like, bro, I was lost. I am lost. And I'm like, bro, we all been there. You know, and I was talking to somebody the other day and they were telling me the same thing. Like sometimes people look at you and they think like, oh, that dude is superhuman. Like that dude is like on a different level. Like, look, oh my gosh. And I hate when people do that, right? I'm an average dude, right? I'm an average Joe. Yeah. The only difference I tell them is the idea behind sharpening your sword. The idea is I know what I want and I'm not going to let nothing get in my way. The lady in the red dress is not going to get in my way. That's the only difference. If you're focused on what you want and you know what you truly want and you work toward it, you're automatically not average. Because most average people in the world don't know what they want. If they do know what they want, they don't believe they can achieve it. Okay? And they're not doing the work to get there. They're talking about it. You have people that complain about relationships, but they don't do nothing to change their relationship. They do nothing to bring better for the relationship. This is personal or business, whatever it is. They don't do anything to better themselves to be better for the relationship. They don't have character. They don't have morals for the relationship. Yeah. There's businessmen that want X amount of dollars. What are you doing to make more money? Are you working more hours? What are you doing to better yourself for the business? What are you doing to better the business to make more money? You want a G-Wagon. This last few weeks, like you said, you talk about, bro, I saw like 40 G-Wagons in 3 days. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Yeah. Like, really? Like, is it that many damn G-Wagons out there? You know what I mean? I want a G-Wagon. What am I doing to achieve that goal? You know what I'm saying? So you have to be on that path first. Knowing what you want. We talked about it. What's your purpose? Now you got your purpose. You're focused on your purpose. Now what's stopping you from achieving it? And one of those things is the lady in red dress. Yep. So you have to be awareness. And when we talk about awareness, you want to be aware so you can recognize it early on. That's the biggest thing. Is you want to recognize that you fell for the lady in the red dress or you're about to fall for the lady in the red dress before it happens. So you want to recognize before it happens that, hey, I'm going down this wrong path of falling for the lady in the red dress. Okay? That's one thing, is to recognize it ahead of time. That, oh, it's going to happen. The second one is, okay, even if I fell for the lady in the red dress, for me to realize it really quick that I fell for her. Not to wake up a day later or a few days later and recognize, like, damn, a few days ago I fell for the lady in the red dress. It took me too long to recognize it. You know what I mean? So this is the biggest thing, is recognize what the lady in the red dress is. Like I said, I'll give an example of the fitness gym. I'm going to a fitness gym. Already ahead of my mind, I've already have a plan of action. It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Of what's going to happen at this gym. Of me being there. I know a lot of people in the town. I know a lot of people in the area. The red dress is going to be walking around. I have a plan of how I'm going to deal with this. And I haven't even walked in yet.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm recognizing ahead of time what it is.
Man, 5 steps ahead.
You know what I mean? And that's the idea. We always talked about this, being 5 steps ahead of the game. And so I already know how I'm going to go about this. And if it doesn't work the way I want it to, or I see like it's not going to work to the level I want it to, then I'm out. I'm leaving. I already have this plan before I ever entered. Now it sounds crazy, like it's like you're planning for your downfall. It's not I'm planning for my downfall. I'm planning for my uprise. That's what I'm really doing. You know, some people are like, you have a pessimistic look. No, I don't. I'm being real. Like we had a conversation in Vegas at the last tournament, and somebody was like, well, it's weakness that you think you're going to fall for, or you can't control yourself that you're going to fall for whatever it is, the lady in the red dress is. No, it's not that I have weakness. I have mental fortitude. I have mental strength. But it's making sure I don't fall for the lady in the red dress. It's putting the stamp, guaranteed that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Most people don't understand that. And so if you're focused and you have awareness, you're focused on what you want, now you have awareness. Now you're preventing it from happening or catching it before it happens. So this is something that you have to train yourself. Every single day you have to train this. Is to catch yourself, seeing yourself going to the lady in the red dress. Or if you have, catching it early on. This is the biggest thing to prevent it from getting bad. Is that step.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing about the lady in red dress is, the thing is you have to recognize what this lady is, what this distraction is, because this kills your productivity. This kills your goal achievements. And man, this kills your mental health as well, because you become addicted to like vices, right? One of the biggest things, especially in this country, is like, you notice this country, like now we're getting back to conspiracy theories, but it's like they're pushing gambling. They're pushing, and these aren't even conspiracy theories. This is real stuff.
It's true, bro.
And they just say conspiracy theories because you label something conspiracy theory, like, oh, that dude crazy. He crazy. He went down a Twitter rabbit hole. But like gambling, they say gambling is one of the most vicious vices you can pick up. Like weed is becoming readily available. Like weed, you can now buy it very legally. Like I think over there, like where I live, it's they open up like the CBD store and it's next to like a Domino's, right? And like it's in the middle of like a Firehouse Subs and a Domino's, and kids are gonna see it's like CBD. What is that? So weed is becoming readily available. Alcohol has always been readily available. Cigarettes, vapes. At the end of the day, your happiness is going to come. Well, dopamine makes you happy, and your brain is releasing dopamine through these vices. It's going to come a day where this thing is no longer going to fulfill you, and you're going to look up and you're going to be depressed. Look at all these people that are depressed. You cannot tell me, I have never met somebody that is depressed or seen a story of somebody that is depressed that works out, that eats healthy, that goes out into the daylight, like they touch grass. They have a group of people that care about them, and they care about people, you know, and that enjoy what they do for work. I've never been one of these people. Now you'll be like, oh, like there's these celebrities, right? Or whatever, or somebody passed away and they're depressed. Well, that's a different situation. Somebody passed away, of course you're going to be sad, but they're not depressed. They move on. Eventually, you learn how to live with the pain. But the thing about this, all these vices will lead to your doom, inevitable doom. You wander. All these vices cause you to wander. And when you just wander, like in the sea, you know, like this very corny, like, oh, if you're like a ship with no vessel, you know, if you got no guide, you're never going to get to where you want to get.
Yeah.
And then the ocean is gonna consume you, and then you're probably gonna be in your deathbed and just blaming everybody but yourself. And you see it all the time. You see these old people, they blame things on whatever, or people complain on social media, right? Which is one thing I cannot stand. Which is funny, we talked about, you're like, the harder you work, like the less like empathetic you become or sympathetic you become. Cause like, bro, like fudging, I'm out here working, like just fudging man up. Like nobody want to hear all that crying. To be honest, like nobody really want to hear all that crying, especially not as a man.
Nobody cares. At the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. That's the thing that most people don't understand is they don't even give a damn. Like you're doing all that crying and the person next to you doesn't even care.
For real. I saw, what's funny? I saw this meme, not a meme, it was this video. This girl had an emotionally supportive cat, right? And he was like, you're supposed to be emotionally supportive. And the cat had this look in his face. He was like, you got to be shitting me. Like literally looking at her like, really? Again? And people were making comments like this is the 6th time today, Sarah. But it's true, right? Like that poor girl, like God help her. Hopefully she doesn't get on antidepressants. And that's another thing. They get you on antidepressants or Adderall.
That's it.
You're hooked, liver destroyed. And then, but all this came from what? This is what's crazy. All this comes from this small distraction. It starts off small, right? It starts off as maybe just my phone, right? You're addicted to social media. You fall for the trap of comparing. You fall for the trap of feeling less than others. You feel a victim. You feel like life ain't fair. Why do these entrepreneurs have money and I don't have money? Why are these people? Why Stacy got a great husband and my boyfriend ain't shit or whatever? Mm-hmm. All these small seeds, and this is crazy about it, is the linear address. She plants these seeds in your brain, and these seeds grow and grow and grow and grow to the point where it requires so much mental strength to chop down till it becomes like a big tree. It requires so much mental strength to chop down this tree that people do not have the mental strength to chop it. And they just crumble under it, But the craziest, it starts off small. And people be like, what's this small little habit? Or what's this smoking a cigarette in the morning or whatever? Or what's watching porn once a day? How is that going to affect me? Or then it becomes twice a day. Then it becomes 3 times a day. Mm-hmm. Then next thing you know, your weenie fell off. No, but it does. It's just a cycle. It starts off small and it's big. So if you can recognize it, that's your biggest line of defense. Recognizing it, then you can start taking action. That's just crazy, bro.
Yep. That's 100%. So the recognizing it early on, right? It can be things, and then the other thing, this can be things or people. Is things of negative influence or people people don't want to talk about this. Damn lady in the red dress is freaking people of negative influence. Okay, now this doesn't have to be like a sex vice, right? A lot of people are struggling with that, right? We live in a society where you can do it left and right and you ain't be judged, right? That's your business. But let's talk about it on the fact of like the people around you. Do you know how many people I recognize that are lady in a red dress? And like I throw up in my mouth when I realize it. Is if somebody's next to me and I realize there's a lady in a red dress. Like it can be their mindset. Like they're always whining or they're always crying or they're always, everything is scarcity. Like there's not enough out there or I can't do this or I can't do that or you're lucky or whatever it is. For me, that's like a turn off automatically.
Yeah.
Bam, cut. You're a lady in a red dress. I'm going to keep my ass away from you. Simple as that. People don't recognize this. Like I was scrolling, another lady in a red dress. I was scrolling, I think it was last night. I was sitting outside on my farm. I felt good outside. I just sat out there for an hour or so. I was just chilling. And it was quiet, it was peaceful, and I had some music going, and then I started scrolling. Now I saw this guy on social media, and me and him are not even, I don't know him like that. But I know somebody that knows him. And that dude has done something negative for the other guy. And apparently they're friends. And I'm thinking like, bro, y'all are still friends. Like y'all hang out. Y'all like you're inviting each other to big things, weddings and part of each other's weddings and all. And I'm like, to me, now this is extreme, right? But I'm not here to bullshit. I'm here to achieve my goals. Simple as that, right? It's not that I want to look cute and talk about you. No, I'm gonna do my goals. So I would have cut that fool off. People are like, well, that's harsh. That's your friend.
Yeah.
If he's your friend, he ain't gonna screw you.
Yeah.
If he's your friend, he ain't gonna talk shit behind your back. If he's your friend, he's not gonna be of negative influence to you. That's not a damn friend. That's just a character in your life that you thought is your friend. That's a lady in a red dress for you. So a lot of people can't recognize this, and even if they recognize it, they can't detach because the detachment in the human society is the hardest thing you can do is get away from another human being that you know. That's the hardest thing you can do.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. That's harder for me. In my academy, when somebody moves away, that's one of the hardest things for me is when somebody leaves and moves away. And I think like I'm mentally strong and I'm emotionally strong and I have emotional control and all that, but it's hard. And so imagine somebody that you think they're your friend and they screwed you over. This is the biggest fuzzing lady in a red dress. This is a lady in a red dress that her red dress is cut up. She's showing you everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's there in your face, but you can't leave it alone. This is around so many people, man. And the thing is, this is what's preventing so many people from achieving what the hell they want. This little thing is the negative influence of the people around them, whether it's family, whether it's friends, right? I tell people I don't got friends. I have acquaintances and associates. That's it. Mm-hmm. Friends is a lifetime thing, bro. Like you've experienced the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? You have experience between each other. It's not like, hey, I like this guy or I like this girl. She's my friend.
Yeah.
And it's cute. Oh, we do this together. We go do these activities. That's not a friend. A true friend. That's not a true friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So most people don't recognize that's what's around them. It's the lady in the red dress as human form. Is the person that's telling them, let's go party. Let's go drink. Let's go do weed. Let's go do drugs. Let's go do alcohol. Or always talking bad about their partners. Or not having boundaries between each other. Or always negative input. There's no motivational support. There's no support. There's no moral support for you. All they do is take. People don't recognize that's the lady in the red dress. That's going to stop you from hitting your that's going to stop you from living your dream. Those people around you. Those are the lady in the red dress. So being aware of the negative influence around you is another thing. Aware of that negative influence around you as human form. Literal human form.
100%.
And it's the ones that you think that are closest to you.
100%. I can testify that. I can agree with that. I mean, I've had, my parents always told me, my family always told me, they said, man, in life, there are no real friends. There's only family and there's everybody else. Like, it's just how it is. It was like, my parents tell me, like, man, I've had many people, I've been here longer than you. I know these things, right? But as a young person, you think you know more. You think that their wisdom is old. And that you know more. They're like, oh, your times are different. But the reality is, your friends are mega influence. Like, your friends, they have interest. Like, for example, like your friends like, whatchamacallit, let's say like football. So all you do is talk about football. Now, what if you surround yourself with hustlers? What are they going to talk about? They're going to talk about hustling, how to make more money, where to invest money, And so they always said it. And like I said, this all it's repetitive. These are all things people have said before. You just have to hear it differently. Like, you are who you hang around with. Yep. And you hang around crackheads, you become a crackhead.
Yep.
Whether it's a crackhead for Netflix shows, whether it's a crackhead for food, whether you become a drug addict for weed or whatever, just drugs, whatever the case may be. And but I will say the biggest thing, it is mindset. I think that's the thing. That's the silent killers. People's mindset, like their negativity. Like I had this one friend. I had this mindset, right? Like I was reading books. I was like Robert Kiyosaki and all these things, and Grant Cardone, like 10X book. And like I gave him a book, like, hey, read this, bro. Like, this is game changing. Dude never read the book. Mm-hmm. He just collected dust. I just gave him a book to collect dust. And so I went from talking about these things to gradually. We no longer talk about these things in the group, right? A group of friends. Now we just bullshit. Talk about bullshit. Just kill time. Things that the next day you forget you talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have happened if the other person reciprocated.
Yeah.
Now we're bouncing ideas. Now we're planning things. Now we're expanding our mind. And then, but those are things I didn't recognize as a young man. But things that I recognize now is like, now imagine you surround yourself with the right people, with people with the right attitude, people that hold you accountable, people that in your moments of negativity, they call you out. No, why all that negativity? Mm-hmm. Why the scarcity mindset? No, you're right. Or moments that you're down low and they have that positivity. But what if you come negative and they got a negative attitude too, and they just reinforce that mindset, like one funny mindset is like women be like, oh, he out here trying to tell me that so-and-so, like he trying to set rules in the relationship. And he trying to tell me I can't dress like this or whatever. Like, yeah, girl, he shouldn't be telling you that. And guess what? Friends like that, this is a prime example. Friends that like single friends want to keep their other friends single, right? Like, for example, just women. This girl has a good...
Or guys, because if you just say women, we're finna have a...
Or guys, right?
Yeah, some of these women have a come apart.
Jesus Christ. Hey, y'all are equal, so y'all can take it. So, for example, like they'll keep their friends. Like, they'll have a good man or you have a good girl, and then you complain about her once and whatever, and then they start like, yeah, bro, that B word ain't good for you, whatever. And they start feeling things in your head. For me, this is the biggest thing. As a young man, I made this mistake. I used to share my dreams out loud. Mm-hmm. People want to kill your dreams so bad.
Yeah.
People want to kill it because they feel either insecure, or envy, right? And then it was crazy. It was like open it with family, right? And even family alone, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, really? I want to see you do it." Like, in doubt. Like, okay, yeah, all right, rich man, let's see you do it, right? And they're like, motherfucking, I realized, okay, I'm gonna just shut my mouth. I ain't gonna talk about this stuff because this is leading me to negativity, right? And I want to be exposed to all that stuff. And the reality of it is, whether you think or not, negative people, they rub on you. People rub on you. Whether you hang around with them, they rub off on you. Mm-hmm. And then if you hang out all these negative people, you're gonna be negative. Your mindset's gonna be negative, and no one's really ever gonna check you, right? No one's gonna, hey, well, why are you thinking like that? You're hanging around the same people, you're gonna think like negative the way you think, and just like that. I'd say this big. I think biggest negative mentality is complaining. Yeah, I don't like to complain.
I can't stand that shit.
Or I'll complain or I'll say like, man, look at this stuff. And whatever, it is what it is. But I won't just sit on there and complain and be man and can't get over it. Okay, this is a messed up situation. Okay, whatever, let's deal with it.
Yeah.
But I think complaining and just people that complain and always have negative look, like, bro, like that is you do not want people like that around you.
No. And that's gonna lead me into exactly what, like, everything you said, dude, is like, that's a lady in a red dress, right? This is kind of tying it with episode 26, the first part of the lady in a red dress. But this is where people need to recognize what's going on, okay? And your friend group, who you're around, you are who you hang out with, right? Dan Pinion once said, you hang out with the gimp, you learn how to limp. You hang out with the limp, you learn how to limp. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of these people envy. A lot of people complain. A lot of people are doing this. A lot of people are doing that. And so you have to recognize this. And so what you need to do is you need to set a boundary. Set a boundary. Hey, this is what you can't cross. The second this starts happening, you've crossed the boundary, I don't want nothing to do with you, right? There was a point in my life where I had all these guys around me, and they wanted to just hang out. And all these people, all they want to do is hang out. And people message me and like, hey, I want to hang out, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And I know they looked at me crazy, but like, what are we hanging out for? You know what I'm saying? We're hanging out for either some people want to hang out to do negative influence, right? To partake in negative things, whatever you want to put in that block. People want to hang out for that. And I'm like, bro, I have no interest anymore in that stuff, right? And so I was thinking back then, and it was not too long ago, and I was thinking like, bro, I feel stagnant. Like you want these big goals, but you can't get closer to them because of where you are. And why is that? So this is where my awareness really kicked in, and my focus needed to change, and where I needed to start setting boundaries. So we're talking about boundaries now, but it started with becoming aware. Like, bro, you're stagnating big time. You went out, you achieved most of what you wanted. Good job. But it's not everything that you wanted, or it's not at the level that you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the people around you. And I started dropping them like dead flies. I realized really quick, like, there's nothing going on. We didn't talk. Like, I was the only one in the group. Like, I saw a post today and it said, hanging out with entrepreneurs, like having a friend group of entrepreneurs and successful people is the biggest flex. And I'm like, damn, that's true as hell. And I realized I was the only one in the circle that was like a madman talking about the dreams and goals and the business ideas, that everybody looked at me like I was psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, how people around you like, okay, big man, like go do it. And when I realized that energy that I got from them, I was like, yeah, I gotta skedaddle.
Yeah.
I'm out of this damn thing, you know? And so I cut everybody out. I set the boundary and I cut everybody off. And now, like, I hang out with, and this is what I can promise, is most young folks are like, excuse my French, bullshitting. I would say 99% of them, bro, are BSing. They have nothing going for them. They're either trying to just hook up and move around. They're only want to party. They only want to have leisure time. They only want to have fun. And it's like they're crying about why they can't achieve them. They're not talking about big goals or big dreams or big families or big this or big that.
Yeah.
You don't hear that talk. And then I cut those people out and I started hanging out with people that are way older than me. And this guy's telling me, you know, he makes X amount of $1 million. This guy's telling me he makes X amount of $1 million. This guy has a big ranch like a ranch that I want. This guy's driving cars that I want to drive. This guy has a plane, a jet.
Yeah.
A jet that I want. You know what I'm saying? And I went from this friend group early on to this friend group of entrepreneurs, of wise men, of people that were actually bringing stuff to the table instead of me just talking and talking and talking. And it put me in a time where I'm like, okay, Mo, shut the hell up. It's your time to listen now. So now I sit there and they're giving me tips left and right. Do this and do that. This will help you. Talk to this guy. Talk to that person. And everything started changing. Now they are granted 50 years old, 40 years old, 60 years old. And I'm in my late 20s. But I realized who the lady in the red dress was. It was the people around me. Now that I cleared that out, now I saw growth. I set the boundaries of what I want in my life. These are my boundaries. And so these are things that you guys have to do is, what are your boundaries? Okay? What are your boundaries? And don't let nobody cross these boundaries. Whether it's in your personal relationship, in your business relationship, in your goals, anything that crosses these boundaries, that's the lady in the red dress. You should not allow it. Is it going to hurt you? Is it going to make you sad? Is it going to make you emotional? Whatever. Is it going to make you stressed? Is it going to make you angry? Doesn't matter. It crossed that boundary, cut it. That's it. Now this is cold. Less sympathetic, right? Sympathetic, whatever the damn word is. I don't give a damn no more. I mean, I haven't cared since I was 17, 18, but
yeah,
I'm on a mission. And I'm going to die trying. This is all I know is that I'm going to achieve it one way or another. And I don't give a damn what's going to get in my way. Me quitting talking to you, that's fine. I'll quit talking to you. Me hanging out and BSing with you, oh, guess what? I'm going to be done with that. My life is dedicated around the life that I want right now. That's what I want. So surround yourself with that people. And don't let people cross those boundaries. That's how you stop the lady in the red dress, is you set those boundaries up.
100%. 100%. And like I said, you have to recognize this lady so you can actually attack her. You know, you can have a plan of action. You can prevent her from infiltrating your mind, you know? The lady in the red dress is just brain effing you, to put it in very colonial terms. But That's crazy, bro. The influence of people. And I'll say this, right? All this goes back to these are distractions, and you have to have your focus. And so, like I was telling you yesterday, we were talking. It was like at the end of the day, when you're distracted, you're like playing video games, you're using drugs, you're watching TV, Netflix shows, right? There's people that binge watch all these shows. I'm like, bro, where do you have the time? I cannot do that. I cannot binge watch. I haven't finished Netflix show in years. But it's like all this goes back to focus, right? So you're distracted, you're playing all these games. At the end of the day, there's gonna come a point where you have to shut this game off. And you have to come back to reality, which is your life. When you come back to reality in your life and all you're doing is just being distracted by these games, you're gonna feel bad about yourself. You're like, damn, what am I doing? Maybe not now. Maybe a couple years now. Maybe it could be till you're 40. You realize, damn, I was bullshitting all these years.
Yeah.
What do I have left? What do I have to show for all that time? I have nothing. But maybe a goofy conversation with somebody who's also watched the show. Have you seen Squid Games? Yeah, I have. This is my budget. Don't you love when they did this in that episode? But who cares? That's not going to buy you the dreams that you want. But what I'm getting to is at the end of the day, you have to disconnect from all these games you play, all these distractions. You always have to come back to square one, to the original game, which is your life, right? You always come back to player number one, which is you. When you're focused and going towards your goals, this is the most fun game in the world, which is the game of life. When you can lock in and start playing and achieving your goals. This is the most rewarding game at the end of the day. You get the biggest high, you'll get the most satisfaction, you'll feel the best in your body, in your soul, you'll feel it compared to what any video game, any vice can do for you. And so I was telling you, like, this is powerful. This is the number one game, bro. This is the most fun game. And like you said, like you stop hanging out with those guys. You're like, man, what's the point? Like, I'm not into that stuff no more. Because you had a goal. Because you had these achievements you wanted to get to, and reach. So when you have this focus and when you have your purpose, everything that is not related to that becomes irrelevant. What's that point? How is that helping me get to there?
Yep.
It's not, And so I say at the end of the day, this lady in red dress keeps you distracted. It keeps you in another world. But when you can finally take control back and you're locked into this world, you'll see that this is the most fun game there is in the world. Like Mr. Johnny. Mr. Johnny is a motherfucker. He a player in this world, He played, and he got some achievements. God bless him and may give him more. But it's like, and now imagine if you dedicate as much time as people dedicate to watching sports or playing video games. They'll dedicate to themselves and to their craft.
Yep.
Imagine how much more exciting that game would be in that game of life.
Yep. And
at the end of the day, man, you're focused in this game. This is the most rewarding game. F the new Call of Duty is this game in life.
Yeah. And one thing that will help with that, guys, is reframing everything, right? Talk about reframing. Like, people look at things as an obstacle and they're like, oh shit, man, this sucks. I got to cut these people off. I got to quit watching these video games. I got to quit watching these shows and playing these video games. And they think it's a disaster. They start falling apart. You know what I mean? And you want to put it in a different perspective. Like, okay, I cut all these people off that weren't benefiting me and truly did not want the best for me. It doesn't matter even if they said it. And now I'm hanging out with this group of people, right? And now it's a different outlook. It's a positive outlook. Mm-hmm. It's paying back to be with these groups. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna reframe it from I lost friends to this was the right move and I made good friends or good acquaintances, right? I made a good group of people, a mastermind group, a group of people that are investing, mentors. So I made the right choice. And sometimes you have to tell yourself, this is the right choice. You have to reframe the way your mind perceives it. Oh, I lost my friend Emily, or I lost my friend Bob, whoever it is. And they're crying and they're upset about it. Did I lose somebody? At the end of the day, did I truly lose somebody? Not really, because they weren't benefiting me anyway.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? If you're not trying to win the game, don't be on my team. It's that simple. You know what I mean? If you're not trying to win the game, don't be on my team. I don't want you on my team. You know what I mean? And that's what people have a hard time with thinking about it. Like, damn, that's harsh. Yeah, it is harsh. Life is harsh. It's a dog-eat-dog world. You know what I mean? And so people are not necessarily going to go out of their way to help you. Normal people are not necessarily going to go out of their way to help you achieve what you want. They can tell you all what they want. At the end of the day, you just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You're filling your time. You know what I mean? And so reframing your outlook on things when it happens. When somebody crosses your boundary, you got to get rid of it, or something crosses your boundary, you got to get rid of it. Reframe it the way you look at it. This is good for me. That's why I did this. I'm not going to sit there and cry about it. I'm going to move on, you know? So reframing your perspective, you know? And after this, you want to seek support. People have a hard time with seeking help from people, you know? Now I just sit around these guys and I ask questions. A lot of them are giving me tips, but now I sit around them and I ask questions. I have to put my ego and pride aside, you know? I have to ask questions to get help. I have to ask. You know what I mean? Closed mouth never gets fed. So you have to ask for help. You have to ask for tips. Don't feel shy. Don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'm going to tell you to work your butt off. I see all these young guys that are spending money at the club, at the parties. They're buying all this clothes. They have this car, and they're traveling all the time, and they're going here, and they're going there, and they're doing this. And I'm like, bro, you're full of crap. I have the ability to go travel. I'm not going to do it. I'm working. That time is going to come for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And most people tell me that. Like, your time is coming. Most successful guys. The other people are telling me, like, Mo, chill, bro. Go enjoy your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so seek support, guys. You know, talk to the people. Find people that are successful and talk to them. Get their input. You know, this is a hard one to do, but that's where you grow. You got to get out of your comfort zone and talk to somebody, and they'll give you the input, you know, give you tips on where to redirect you in your life, help you with redirection, you know? And sometimes you have to set new goals. So if certain things are not working at the time and maybe the goal's too big, set another goal that will get you closer there, you know? And this will help you stay focused on your goal, on something that will keep you away from the relating red dress. Because if your mind is occupied on a goal that you truly believe, you don't have time for anything else. You think I have time to just sit down and BS with a group of young folks?
Yeah.
I don't got time for you, bro. You have it easy, in my opinion. They say it to us, right? You got it easy. Bro, you got it easy. All you're doing is eating, chit-chatting it up here and there and going to work a little bit and going to sleep, waking up and doing it on repeat. You're not doing anything to really better yourself. You know, so setting your goals keeps you occupied and keeping me away from that. I have something to do every day. And it's not that it's a weakness. This is just a human body, human mind. I have time blocks. I have time frames. I need to do things. So as long as I'm working on this, I'm not distracted by these folks or these things or by this lady in the red dress. All right? So that's what I got to say for combating the lady in the red dress. You know, be aware of who that lady in the red dress is. Set your boundaries, you know, be aware of it coming in, trying to come in past your boundaries. And after that, cut off everything that you need to prevent her from coming in. Don't just take it once. If you accept something once, if somebody disrespects you once, they will disrespect you again. Plain simple. Somebody disrespects you once or something disrespects you, it will happen again. And it's not just like, oh, it's a one-time thing. No, it's not. It will happen again. So don't let nothing cross those boundaries. Mm-hmm. If it's something for your family, for your husband and wife, somebody crosses your husband, somebody crosses your wife, somebody crosses your kids, somebody crosses your business boundaries, your code, that's it. That's your answer. Don't just take it. People have a hard time with just cutting it off.
Yeah. 100%. I agree. Bro. I got nothing to say. You said it all.
So this is what I want to do, guys. Is we're gonna make this. I want to make it like an interactive workout. Okay. So my challenge to you guys is I want you to get a piece of paper. Okay, or a notebook or a diary or a journal, whatever you are up to. I know girls probably got cute journals, diaries. They still call them diaries, or no?
I'd probably say journals now.
Journals. Back in the day, it was called a diary. What I want you to do is get this journal out, guys, and I want you to write what the lady in the red dress is for you. Identify what the lady in the red dress is for you, okay? And make the list. And don't feel bad if the list is big, okay? Again, some of this is just people allowing people to disrespect them, their character, their morals, their boundaries, not respecting them. Men not respecting women, women not respecting men, friends not respecting friends. You know, this is people going out to party all the time, spending money left and right, shopping, doing this and that. Whatever it is, that the lady in the red dress is for you. That's preventing you from saying, hey, let me focus on my goal. So I want you to make a list, okay, of everything that you have that can prevent you from getting to where you want. So assess yourself, right? We talked about this on previous podcasts. Talk to yourself, right? Break down everything that you think, that you say, that you do. Break down everything that comes in your way daily, that you don't achieve your goals, that you don't work to your goals, right? You have to self-assess and make this list, okay? After you make this list, I want you to make a plan on how you're going to prevent from falling for the lady in the red dress. Okay? Maybe you have a drinking problem. Well, guess what? I'm not going to go to a party that has a lot of alcohol if I can't control myself. I'm not going to go eat at a bar. I'm not going to hang out with people that drink. Okay? I want to have a good group of friends. I'm not going to hang around a group of people that don't motivate me to be around good people. I'm not going to hang around people that accept to hang around bad people. That's another big one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This person might be good, but they always want to be around this person or this group of friends that are not the best people. Okay? I'm not going to hang around these people. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where the lady in the dress can come out and bite me. So evaluate, self-assess, okay, and make a list on how you're going to prevent this. Maybe some of you guys, okay, and I'm going to be honest because I have a lot of guys that I talk to, younger guys, right? I say younger, they're younger than me by a few years or my age, is like sex addiction or side chicks or side pieces, you know what I'm saying? Or sneaky links, whatever the hell they call them these days. They have a different name every damn year. They come up with something new. But it's like, look at the previous ones, bro. What have you changed? Do you know what you want out of this girl? Out of a woman that you want to marry? Do you know what you want out of her? Okay? If you don't know what you want out of a woman that's going to be your wife, then how the hell are you going to start talking to people? If I know I want this, A, B, C, D, E out of my wife, and this girl doesn't have A, B, C, D, E, why the hell am I wasting my time with her? Just for me to get by, have fun, have fun time, fulfill my time, hang out, you know, because people can't be by themselves these days. That's the example right there. So assess. Like, I know this guy, like, has so much potential. And it's like every few months he got a different girl. And he left everything else that he's doing that he was working on. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're just filling your time.
Yeah.
It's a repetitive cycle. You know what I mean? So self-assess. What's your downfall? For the guys that are always traveling, wasting money, like we know a guy that we talked about, right? It's always like you're traveling, but you tell me you don't have money. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the people that are always partying, what are you doing? That you're always hanging out with somebody. Can you not be by yourself? Write that down. Limit yourself. You know, don't be available for everybody. That's another thing. Don't be available for everybody. Right? But have a plan that you're going to do to eliminate the lady in the red dress. Or at least try to eliminate. But you can't eliminate her forever. to prevent you from falling for the lady in the red dress, to let you be aware of it before it happens. Okay? Maybe I go out every weekend, for example. I'm always at home. I'm a homebody. But I go out every weekend. Okay, I'm not going to go out this weekend. I'm not going to go out next weekend. Or I'm going to go out for a special occasion. That's it. Why am I BSing going out every Saturday, Sunday, or having something to do with somebody every Saturday, Sunday, or every Friday?
Yeah.
Am I not happy? Evaluate. Why are you doing that? People don't want to be real with themselves. People don't want to put this on paper because it's going to hurt them.
The truth hurts.
The truth hurts, you know? So I want you to make an action plan, a plan of action on how you're going to minimize the lady in the red dress and how you're going to try to prevent some of the lady in the red dress. Okay? So that's my tips for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this segments on the lady in the red dress. And I want to hear from you guys. Tag us, comment, reply to our stories, message us. Let us know how has this helped you, right? This helps us a lot, guys. Don't be shy. Let us know. Please share our content. Help us out. Subscribe. Share it to your friends. Share the episode to your friends. Episode 26, episode 29 to your friends so they can learn, so they can see a different output. And that's pretty much it from me, guys. That's the lady in the red dress. Anything from you, Gio?
Just don't let this lady get you, bro. Don't let her get you.
That's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Guys, thank you, like always, for tuning in on Sharpen Your Sword podcast. And I hope you guys keep sharpening your sword physically and mentally so you can become better for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for your country. And I will see you on the next episode of the Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Peace out.